to make sure that we have a free and fair and transparent and level playing ground for any person who is vying on a Jubilee ticket. Our nominations or the process that we have put in place to identify our candidate begins from the 11th up to 22nd. And we will be giving a schedule of how we will do the nominations in different areas. There are areas whereby we will have consensus. That is already ongoing. There are areas where we will have what we call direct nomination. And direct nomination is where people go to cast their vote. So basically we are also working on printing the ballot papers, making sure that we have an election board which already is in place and is actually working to make sure that the person who is popular on the ground is the person who will fly our flag. There is no question about it. We will not make a mistake like it happened in 2017, where popular candidates were actually pushed out by the party. We learned from that lesson, and we will make sure that we will have the least fallout in Jubilee. I have no doubt, because the process that you are going to employ, whether it's direct or indirect, we will make sure that all parties will be comfortable. And the person who will finally be identified by the people to be the candidate in whichever position will now be supported by the other candidates. That's the assurance that I want to give to all the candidates. You know, over 6,000 going to 7,000 candidates who are vying for the various positions. We want to assure them that ours will be free and fair. Secondly, I also want, this notion that Jubilee is not popular or was not popular. You can imagine, with the registrar of political parties confirming that we have over 8 million registered supporters of Jubilee. That one tells you that we must be one of the biggest parties in the country, with over 6,000 aspirants in different positions. That one also tells you that it is the party to watch. So we are happy. We are looking forward for the nominations. We want to assure the voters that we will have the best nomination process ever to identify the candidates who will eventually fly our flag to make sure that we win all the positions, that we will field all the candidates. But of course, we now belong to a bigger group that is called the Azimio. Once each and every party has concluded their nomination, then we will sit now as a coalition and agree on particular issues. For example, zoning. There is no way we can allow ourselves to compete amongst ourselves. For example, in Nairobi, there is no way we can allow our constituent parties to compete amongst themselves in Nairobi or in other high-risk areas, because the moment we do that, then we will be splitting our votes. We will waste our votes. We might not even get enough members of parliament. We don't want to have a situation like it happened in 2007, where Mzee Mwai Kibaki became the president, but he didn't have enough members of parliament. So we are alive to that fact. We are alive to that reality, and at the opportune time, we will be able to communicate. As the different directors or the different party leaders, we will be able to communicate to the nation how we will be able to harmonize our process of identifying particular candidates for each and every position. So we will cross the bridge when you come to it, but I have no doubt in my mind that we will be able to arrive at least one candidate, and especially in high-risk areas, we have to make sure that we only get one Azimio candidate. But basically, that's a decision that will be made as we move forward. And I have no doubt that Jubilee and Azimio will carry the day on the 9th of August. That there is a huge uptick of the Azimio fraternity. We have so many people who believe in the Azimio group, the many people who believe in the presidency of Raila Odinga, and the outfit that we are coming up together. And I have no doubt that in Mount Kenya, we will get over 60% of the votes going to Azimio. That one I have no doubt. But more importantly, when we will be in that Azimio, we will have to make sure that Mount Kenya will not be left behind. We will not just be, spectators. We will make sure that we are partakers, in the formation of the government by making sure that we have as many elected members of parliament as possible.